Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to create a robot that places two buttons on your chart just like this, and you can easily, for example, if you want to buy or to sell, you can, for example, let's click on buy. It buys and it automatically places your stop loss and it automatically places your take profit according to however you would have set the take profit and the stop loss. And you can also what do that with a sell. Let's press it. See, our sell has been entered, and automatically our stop loss and our take profit has also been added. So how do we create this robot? It's a robot because you can see for it to work, automated trading is enabled on our MetaTrader 4, and we just gave our robot there a very scientific name, our button robot. It's very scientific, our button robot. So how do we actually do this? So that's what we're going to learn in this video. By the way, if you are new on this channel, please consider subscribing so that you do not miss future videos. Like this video, if you don't learn one or two things in this video, maybe I've entertained you for a few minutes. So the least that you can do for me is to just like the video. If you don't like the video, you can always dislike the video, and you can leave me a comment in the comment section below and tell me why you didn't like the video. Hopefully I give you some value or something to learn in this video. That's my goal. If you are looking to download stuff, forex robots, indicators, books and stuff like that, that are people selling out there are links in the description box below. Visit those links and see if you cannot find what you are looking for. Everything that we do on this channel is for free. Many people also ask me about the broker that I use. Their link is in the description box below. Go ahead and sign up with them. I believe they are good for people who are creating and testing robots as well, because with just $5 you can open a real live trading account which you can use to test your robots. I know some people prefer testing things on demo and stuff, but I prefer testing my things or my robots and my strategies on a real accounts in a real market conditions. So if I test a robot, if I develop a robot here and I plug it onto my $5 account, if it starts growing that account, then I know I'm onto something and I can give it more money. So sign up with the link in the description box below. Then let's go back to our video, how we are actually going to develop the robot. Basically, if you are new to FXDREEMA, you are probably going to see an example robot here and another block here. Just highlight them or just right click and select delete so that we start together on a clean sheet. And by default, you're probably going to be on this section where it says on tick. You also see the robots that we've been developing and the strategies that we've been turning into automated trading systems on this channel. We usually use on tick, but we are not going to be using that today. So if you have anything there, just delete everything there. Again, my purpose with these videos is to try and keep things simple. My goal is to keep things simple. So if you have a question or if you have a challenge, leave it in the comments section below. I'll try my best to try and answer your question. If you have a request, if you have a strategy that you want me to show you how you can turn it into a forex robot or an automated trading system, leave it in the comments section below. I know people sometimes ask me about my email address and stuff like that. I've stopped giving out my email address since last year. I get a lot of spam, and at one point I got my accounts hacked, so I stopped giving out my email addresses. So unfortunately, the way to communicate with me will be by just leaving your comment in the comment section below. I do read your comments. Okay. So if you have a strategy that you want us to perhaps look into, then definitely leave it in the comment section below. Everything that we do, we are doing for the benefit of everybody. If you have something that you feel you don't want to share, then it's still fine. The purpose of these videos is I'm going to just show you the direction that you need to take concerning whatever strategy that you want to take. So that's why I usually don't get into the things like constants and variables and the other like engineering sounding terms and stuff like that, because I want even your grade 1 child to be able to just watch my videos and follow whatever I'll be doing, and they can simply do it as well, and they get the result that they want. So the purpose of these videos is to just get you in the right direction, show you the direction that you need to take. If you have a strategy that you don't want to share, maybe you can just ask me the basic questions and I will show you the right direction. Then you can go ahead and take over. Like when we are doing these robots, you have noticed that we don't even use all the things that are offered in these sections. Why? Because I'm giving you the basics. It's now up to you, for example, to use break even, trailing stop, and things like that, and experiment. But at least I would have what? Shown you the right direction. So let's get back into our video. I'm talking a lot, I apologize. So the first thing that we want to do, if you have anything on from the previous projects that we've been working for or working on, you can watch those other projects after finishing watching this video. If you are new to this channel, you can clear everything so that we start on a clean slate. So today we are not going to use on tick. Today we are going to start on initialization. So you go ahead and click on that. What is on initialization? Basically, it's what's going to happen the moment we place our robot on our chart. What we want to happen as soon as we place our robot on our chart. So the thing that we want our robot to do when we place it on our chart is we go to this section where it says chart and object. We want it to draw a button. We have got buttons here. So the moment we place our robot on our chart, we want it to place those buttons. So we are going to draw buttons. So we are going to double click and go in there and just change some parameters so that our button looks nice or looks the way we want it. So first of all, we want to name our button because it's important. We are going to need it. You can say button 1. You need to remember that you code this button 1. You must remember that. Again, remember that you code this button 1 because it's going to make sense at the end of the video or as the video progresses. Then our X and Y distance, you need to determine that. So the X distance is distance from the border to the start of the button. That's the X distance that you want from the border of your screen to the start of the button. Then the Y distance is from this top going downwards. So it's up to you to determine whether you want these buttons too close to each other, but don't use the same XY. For example, let's go back to FXDREEMA. Don't set X distance 10, Y distance 10 here on the buy button, and again use X and Y, the same X distance and Y distance on the sell button, like both of them are 10 10. The result is what? They are going to be on top of each other. You are only going to see the sell button maybe, or you are only going to see the buy button. And the problem is when you click on that buy button that you are seeing, because they are on top of each other, they are probably all going to make a trade at the same time. So don't do that. You are going to need to separate the Y distance. The X distance is fine, it can be the same, but the Y distance needs to be different. So we probably are going to just say 40 pixels there. Let's make our let's keep 40 pixels there with our buttons. Um, yeah, let's keep it 40. Then this is the text that's going to be written on your button. This is the text, the buy now and the sell now. So this is where we put it. So here we are going to say buy now because we are going to start with the buy button. Here we are going to say buy now, and you are going to decide whether you want to change the font. Here it says Arial. You can change whatever Times New Roman, whatever font that you love. Then here you can set the font size. Maybe you struggle to see clearly like I do. Maybe you want to increase the font size. Then here is basically the size of the button. Maybe you make it 2500 pixels and 25. You just play with this and see what you come up with. This is the background color. Here it's blue. So here you can set it blue, or you can set whatever you want, but the color that you know is going to, the moment you just look at your chart, you can easily tell that this is my button. For example, here we have made is it lawn green? It's lawn green. I prefer darker colors so that I can easily see my text. So for the buy, I don't want to use red, so let's just use blue. Let's just use blue. You use what you want. This is the border color. You can use a maroon. You can see my buy button there. I don't know if you can see it. It has got a maroon border around it. So, or you can leave it no color. It's basically up to you. You can leave no color. I don't know why it doesn't want to change, but anyway, no color, or you can make it maroon like me. So then obviously the corner that you want the button to be, our options are left upper. This is left upper, this will be left lower, this will be right upper, this will be right lower. So you decide where you want those buttons to appear. Then state buttons not pressed, don't play with that, don't mind it. Then here we're just going to set the color of our text. Because my button is blue, I think white is fine. As you can see already, then the white on a blue background is clear. So I'll set my text color white, and not in the background, not selectable. Don't, otherwise this, you don't need to think hard about it, or just leave it as is. Then we are going to update. Don't forget to update. That's about it. Now you can also drag it again, another draw button. This will be the sell button, and start all over again. Or like me, you can basically just right click, copy, paste, so that you don't do the whole thing all over again. I'm trying to, like, yeah. So you need to link these buttons. Don't forget to link these buttons. Then we double click in there because we want to make this button the sell button. So we are going to call it button 2. Button 2. And the Y distance here, we need to change it because we don't want our buttons on top of each other. So we are going to say, maybe let's give it an 80. So there's going to be an 80 pixel, a 40 pixel distance between the buy button and the sell button. They are not going to be on top of each other. And the text, we want it to say sell now. I apologize if I am moving too fast. You can otherwise rewind the video and I hopefully you can follow along. Then we are going to change the color of the button. We are going to say fire break. Yes, let's just keep it fire break. Let's make it fire break, and maybe around it let's put gold a gold border. Again, it's going to be on the left upper. So here basically you don't need to change anything. Basically here you don't need to change anything. Mind changing here and changing here and changing here as well as changing here. Otherwise everything remains the same and we update. So that is going to happen the moment we place our robot on our chart. It's going to what? To draw these two buttons using the parameters that we have given these two buttons. Then we are going to go to on D init, which is basically what the opposite on init. So we are going to use on D init. So what does this mean? This is what's going to happen when we remove our robot from our chart. What is going to happen? We want to remove these objects from our chart. The moment we remove our robot, let's do that. Let's show you an example. So the moment we remove our robot, we want these buttons gone. Remove, they are gone. That's what we mean by on the init. So we go there and we are going to scroll down and we are going to drag this path. It's used to link conditions that might otherwise be standing alone, but we cannot have them standing alone. So we need to use path. It's found in this section where it says more. Then we are going to go back to our chart and object and we are going to drag this block that says delete objects by type. We are going to link the two together and we are going to double click and we are going to tell it what objects to delete. Which object do we want to delete? It's the buttons. So it says a button and we update. We are almost done. To continue using FXDREEMA for free, even for MetaTrader 4, it's free for MetaTrader 4. For MetaTrader 5, you just need to pay a little something. But for MetaTrader 4, it's for free. But you need to keep the blocks that you are going to use below 10. So here we have two, so we already have 4 blocks. We are left with 6, but we are going to fit everything in together. So that's that for this section. Now we are not going to use on init like we've been using with the previous projects that we've done on this channel. Now we are going to go to on chart because we want everything to happen on our chart. So we are going to go on chart. Now we are going to come to this section. It's going to appear here. When the moment you click on chart, let's do that. You notice what happens here. When you go on chart, there is this section that's going to appear and my blocks are in there. I don't know what my Windows is doing there. I cannot see them. Let me refresh a bit. Hopefully I don't lose my work. Let's go on chart. Yes. Okay, so yeah, my blocks are still there. My blocks are still there on chart. So when we come to on chart, we are going to take this block that says on mouse clicked object, because that's what's going to happen when we click on that object. We want something to happen. So on mouse clicked object, we are going to double click in there. Now on the filter, that's where I said you need to remember what? You need to remember this. So we are just going to copy this because this is for the buy. So I apologize for let me close that. So we're just going to highlight, Control C, copy, and we are going to close that, and we are going to come here for our filter. We are going to say filter by object name, and we are going to put in that name button 1, or you can type it out, button 1. So this is what's going to happen when button 1 is clicked, which is what? Our buy button. And we are then going to come here to the section that says buy sell, and we are going to grab our buy block there, and we're just going to link the two together. And then you are going to double click again. Here now you can set whatever lot size that you want. Let's just tick that block, and tick that block. If you've been watching the previous project that we did on this channel, you know why it's important to tick those blocks. And we just set our stop loss there 30, and our take profit maybe 200 pips, and we update. Then we go back again to our section here. We grab another block that says mouse clicked on object, and this is what we want to happen when this object is clicked. So you can copy this, or you can type it out, Control C on your Windows keyboard, and we go back here, we double click, and we say filter object by names, and we go in there, Control V if you are using a Windows keyboard, or you can type it out, button 2. That's why I said you need to remember what you named what you named the buttons here. So now it makes sense, né? Okay, so that's the cell. Then we again come here and we grab our cell block, and we then link the two together. And like the buy button, we basically we can take those, and we set our stop loss, and we set our take profit, and we update. Now we need to give our robot a scientific name, because our robot is basically done. We have used 8 blocks. We've used 8 blocks in this robot. So it's still for free. Here you can download the source code. Let's just rename our robot. What do we rename it? Today is Wednesday in May. That's a proper scientific name. We call it Wednesday, or maybe let's call it Wednesday button. Now that's a proper scientific name for our robot. It's called Wednesday button. Then we can download the source code there, or the executable file there, if you want to share your robot with your friends or your family, but you don't want them to look at your code. Then I'll see you on the MetaTrader 4 side, where we can demonstrate how to use the robot basically. Okay, so we are back on MetaTrader 4 side. You can see we've loaded our robot. There is the Wednesday robot. Now we are just going to test it out and see if it's going to work. So it's basically dragging and dropping in our robot there, and we are going to go and just allow DLL imports. Inputs, you can see this is why you need the constants and variables. It just makes this cleaner, but otherwise you can still read it. For example, here you can see the volume size. We can see it's 0.1 lot size. We can see our stop loss in pips, our take profit in pips, like we set on FXDREEMA side. So otherwise, let's just say okay, there is our button, our Wednesday button. Remember, if you have not set it yet, to also click auto trading button so that our robot does not frown. If it's frowning, just go and click here so that it starts working. Then let's test our buttons. Let's see if we sell. Boom, it's working. Our sell has been entered automatically. We have what? Our stop loss there. We have our take profit there. And you can easily what? You can do 100 trades like just clicking sell, 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 or depending on the amount of money that is in your account. Or you can what? You can click buy. Boom, our buy is working as well. We automatically our take profit is there and our stop loss is there. Or you can continue what? Banging on the button. You can continue banging on the button depending on how much money is in your account and how much money you want to lose if things go against you. Okay, so I hope that this video has taught you one or two things. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned one or two things, go ahead and like the video. You don't lose anything. Or you can give it a thumbs down. You can tell me how bad this video was or what you found bad about this video. Otherwise, guys, I'll check you in the next video. Bye.